He reached to console the frightened villager child. Stan Corman knew it was dangerous, but he couldn't stop his hand. His left hand kept moving closer, though some part of him screamed for it to withdraw, to fall by his side. The boy, no more than 5, could have been his nephew Jack. They had the same tousled dark hair, though Jack's skin was far lighter. His hand continued to reach. Deep inside himself, Stan cursed and fought, but his arm moved without his willing it. No control, except his eyes. Though his hand remained out of his control, he could see with his eyes. Stan could see the little boy's fear, his eyes so wide that the dark irises were almost lost in the vast field of white. He'd knelt so that they were eye to eye. Then Stan looked down and could see his dog, Lucy, abruptly sit, close in front of the boy. Lucy wasn't supposed to sit without a command, unless... Stan's hand brushed the boy's arm. Lucy whined. She was a military war dog and was trained to sit and be still when she smelled. The boy disappeared in a cloud of light that slammed Stan into the void. A scream tearing out of his throat ripped him from nightmare to darkness. Absolute darkness, except for the afterimage of an exploding boy etched so deeply on his retina that it was all he'd been able to see when he woke in the hospital. Now, months away, he tried to rub at his eyes as his pulse peaked somewhere past skyrocket and began a slow fall that Stan knew from experience would banish any hope of sleep for hours. But there was no hand to rub his eyes with, only a fleshy stump remained of his left hand. His other hand was tangled in the sheets, and for a long, awful moment he was sure he had lost that one as well. Before he could scream again, he managed to pull it free and pressed his hand to his face. 5. He counted 4 fingers and a thumb pressed from jaw to forehead. Flesh and blood, he could feel them. 5. His right hand still remained intact, as did the image of the exploding boy. Stan's life had been saved because the boy's parents, or whatever total bastard had wired the kid up, had rigged the explosives too low. The alignment of explosives and Stan's life had been almost entirely shielded by Lucy's body. The helmet had protected his head, the goggles his eyes, and except for nasty scarring on his left cheek, the rest of him had been behind armor and the dog. Lucy had taken the hit, and like a nuclear blast burn image, the shape of her had been imprinted on his lower face and chest in blood and bone fragments. The rest had healed. The dozen broken ribs where parts of Lucy had slammed into him, the concussion from the wall he'd been thrown into so hard that even his helmet hadn't saved him from that. They'd managed to save his left calf and knee with screws and titanium plates, but had warned him that it would always be fragile. Just what every SEAL wanted to be labeled. Fragile. He lay in a cot. His pulse had slowed enough, though the rate of his breathing hadn't yet, for him to feel the hard chill of the cabin. The fire had gone out, which meant it was past 3 a.m. It was a good sign. Usually the nightmare woke him by midnight in plenty of time to re-stoke the small cast-iron wood stove for the long, sleepless, dark watch. He considered waiting until dawn under the covers, but experience had also taught him to get up and build the fire now, or the cabin would stay frosty until midday. A North Carolina boy, his only experience with true cold before now had been on assignment. The Afghan winters had been brutal, but that's where Special Operations said to go, so he and Lucy went. Lucy. Shit.